Hello and welcome to another episode of 9 to 5 and Thriving. Do you know that few things feel as demotivating as putting in hard work, delivering results, and still feeling invisible to your boss? When recognition is scarce, it can impact confidence, job satisfaction, and even career progression. But before frustration takes over, it's important to take control of that situation. So here are 5 strategic ways to navigate a workplace where appreciation is hard to come by. One of these includes knowing when to move on. The first one today is seek clear feedback instead of assumptions. Sometimes lack of appreciation isn't personal. It's a result of unclear expectations. Instead of assuming your work isn't valued, schedule a conversation with your boss to ask for direct feedback. For example, you might say, I'd like to understand how my contribution aligns with the team goals. What are your expectations? And how can I improve? This approach makes it easier to pinpoint whether you are missing key performance markers or if your efforts are genuinely going unnoticed.
Hey, before we go on to the next point, have you clicked on the subscribe button? Please click on the subscribe button, like the video, help with the YouTube algorithm.
Second, document your achievements. Look, if verbal praise isn't coming your way, make sure your achievements speak for themselves. Keep track of successful project, key contributions, and quantifiable results. When performance reviews or check-ins arise, present your work confidently with evidence of your impact. A marketing professional, for example, could highlight how their campaign increased brand engagement by 40%, demonstrating their value even if their boss hasn't acknowledged it outright. The third one, build strategic relationships. A lack of appreciation from the direct manager doesn't mean you have to fade into the background. Engage with colleagues, senior leaders, or stakeholders who can recognize and advocate for your work. If your boss isn't giving credit where it's due, a strong network can still help elevate your professional reputation and open doors to opportunities beyond your current role. Fourth one, find internal motivation and set personal goals. While external validation is rewarding, depending solely on appreciation from leadership could be limiting. Shift your focus to personal growth. Whether that means mastering a new skill, learning initiatives, or increasing efficiency at work. For example, an IT security specialist might take charge of a risk management project, ensuring data protection, standards are met, regardless of whether their boss openly recognizes their efforts or not. They would have learned a new skill in data protection. Next, address the issue professionally. If the lack of recognition is starting to affect morale and productivity, consider addressing it professionally. Frame your conversation around value, not complaints. So instead of saying, you never appreciate my work, a more constructive approach is, I would love insights into how my contribution impacts the team and whether there are areas I should refine. This keeps the discussion positive and focused on solutions rather than frustrations. And guess what? Today we have a bonus. Know when it's time to move on. Sometimes no matter how much effort you put in your work culture just would not change. If continuous lack of appreciation is affecting your growth, your mental health, and career trajectory, it may be time to explore new opportunities. Look for environment where recognition, career progression, and mutual respect are part of the culture. A senior cyber security consultant, for example, might realize that despite driving major security improvements, their contributions remain unvalued. Instead of staying stuck, the the transition to a leadership role in another organization that acknowledges and rewards their expertise. Not every boss will be the type to give frequent praise, let's be honest. But that doesn't mean your efforts are worthless. By proactively managing expectations, showcasing achievements, and making strategic career decisions, you can ensure that your work gets the recognition it deserves, whether it's in your current role or in a new role where your contributions are truly valued. The key is to know your worth and never settle for being underestimated. See you at the next episode of 9 to 5 and Thriving.